Hey guys, Jacob with Jacob Comics. Happy New Comic Book Day, July 13th, 2023. I hope all you guys found all your books in your cubby, on the new comic book shop wall, or mailed to you. However, you guys get your comics, I hope you guys found all the books you were looking for this week. I know I did. In fact, as is going to be the case going forward, I have read all the books that I picked up this week. I picked up 5 books, so we're going to do a top 5 of the books. Very light spoilers. I'll talk a little bit about what I liked about the book and if I didn't like anything, and we'll go from there. As always, if you guys do enjoy this kind of content, like, comment, and subscribe. It always helps the YouTube algorithm spread me out. Let's go ahead and get started here. So first up, in the number 5 spot, picked up X-Force number 42 this week. It's part 3 actually of the Ghost Calendars, which has Kid Omega, who's really old now, so like an old Kid Omega who's come back from the past, or from the future, excuse me, who's come back from the future, where Beast has basically through a process of this happened in back past issues, so kind of gets you caught up a little if you haven't been reading it. Sorry, but yeah, so I'm gonna talk a little bit about the back issues before this one. If that spoils it for you, I'm sorry. So Beast has been kind of like setting up throughout time all these different time points where a clone of him will basically wake up and try to take over. And so he set them all around the world, right? And they've slowly been waking up and kind of causing havoc at different points throughout time, which has caused Kid Omega way in the future to come back to the original point and gather up a group of X-Force members to travel through the different timelines to stop each beast individually. And in this one, we are in the what seems like the last timeline we're going to visit, the future timeline, where Nimrod and Beast have combined into this Nimrod Beast, and it's pretty fun. I had fun with it, so it landed itself in the number 5 spot. Not due to being bad, just due to I kind of liked everything this week. I had fun with everything. Red Goblin number 6 continues this story. So this is the number 4, landed in the number 4 spot. Red Goblin 6 continues the story of Normie and Rascal, the symbiote that he's bonded with. It's kind of going down a bit of a darker path a little bit, and I'm not sure if that's, gonna teach Normie a lesson, or maybe the Osborn line is just doomed to be bad, right? And that's kind of the question that we ponder in this issue, and I felt like it was kind of well done, and I'm not really sure which way he's gonna go. Um, I would hope that Dylan didn't give him this symbiote irresponsibly. We shall see. Maybe Dylan's gonna have to come back in at some point and stop him if Normie ends up hurting people. We shall see. Number 10, Batman Incorporated number 10, in the number 3 spot. As you guys know, I usually rate this one pretty highly. So I think being the third best out of a bunch of good books I read this week is actually really good. This one is, I almost thought for a minute, I hadn't read these two yet, and this was in the number 1 spot for a while, so it was holding pretty strong, I thought. Really fun book. I just can't say enough good things about this. I don't even really want to spoil too much outside of the fact that we will go ahead and say that the Joker is the main bad guy right now in this storyline, and he has seemingly taken out some of the Batman Incorporated good guys for good, it seems. And this comic definitely feels like it has stakes right now. I don't know if that's going to continue, but it really has me intrigued. I'm giving it a solid thumbs up and a recommend. And then, you know, this to me this week was a really good week for Spider-Man fans. I enjoyed both of the books that came out on our main titles this week. Um, and in the number two spot, I have Miles Morales Spider-Man number 8. I'm just, hey man, this is a fun book right now. Uh, Miles is being trial. He's going through these trials and tribulations, and he's definitely being tested. And we're seeing the mettle of our hero and what he's really made of. And I'm finding that fascinating. And on top of that, on top of telling what's been a for the most part fantastic story since issue 1. The art is always super top notch. Um, Vincentini is doing the art in here, and it's awesome. Some of the spreads of Hobgoblin are definitely a sight to behold. As well, the whole art team shout out because the colors and the inks and everything, the way it was, it's all three of those people together. But it's an awesome art in this book every week, and the read stood out as well. So I had to give that number 2. Number 1, you can probably see it slightly, but we did have Amazing Spider-Man 29, guys, in the number 1 spot, where, in my opinion, it kind of deserves and should be. This should be one of the best reads of the week, and one of the most fantastic art. Having just a great team on it. It always should, and it's been a little hit or miss recently. Let's be honest. This whole storyline to get Peter to the point where he's not with Mary Jane anymore has been a bit long in the tooth, and my opinion, the eventual outcome and everything kind of felt rather overshadowed by an immediate death of Miss Marvel afterwards, and it's just given the title a real up and down feeling. Like, hey, and I don't blame Wells. I'll throw this out there. I don't blame Wells, because I'm sure a bunch of the stuff is, you know, corporate or whoever it is coming in saying you gotta do editors, maybe, I don't know, we gotta do this crossover here. We're gonna do this Carnage event, so you gotta be in the crossover. And then well, we need you to kill Kamala Khan, because that's something that we want to do, and we want to have it in your title, so you got to find a way to write that in. So I feel like a lot of it too has been like, I have this story I want to tell, but other things and other people or editors and such are throwing things in, like getting in the way of the story a little bit. Anyways, don't want to beat this book up too much, because I put this book in the number 1 spot this week. This issue was really fun. I'm gonna do there's a slight spoiler warning here. I'm not gonna spoil anything major, just a slight angle from this book that I found kind of interesting. Like, right, it is that we're dealing with Doc Ock, right? And he's the main bad guy right now. He's got some new tentacles that he's bonded with, and Doc Ock's old tentacles have seemingly gone good, right? Is the best way to describe it. And so he doesn't want to be bonded with them anymore. It's kind of this neurological interface with the tentacles, right? He doesn't want to be bonded with them anymore, so he's created these new tentacles, and the older tentacles some have somehow become a pet of J. Jonah Jameson, which is has been fantastic, and that's all been going on until we get to this issue, right? So that's just kind of like I'm setting up the stage of events and things that really started to piece together for me in this issue that I was like, that's really an interesting take. And I'd like to, I'm actually curious where you're going with this, which is why it landed in #1 spot. I'm getting there. I'm getting to the point. Uh, so, Amazing Spider-Man, he, it is a little bit of a spoilers. I'm sorry, guys. He ends up bonding with these, turned good, former Doc Ock tentacles, right? And through that, he kind of remembers some things about being Superior Spider-Man and those events and all of that when Doc Ock was Spider-Man for a little while. And then on top of that, as that's happening, they intersperse a story where Doc Ock is kind of he's in a battle with Gold Goblin Norman Osborn, and he's trying to get information from Norman about the memories that he lost. And I found that really interesting, the dichotomy of, Peter can't remember the things that transpired while he was also Otto Octavius, and neither can Otto Octavius. And they're both approaching that in different ways. Like Otto Octavius is sort of transfixed on trying to get these memories back and completing himself as to who he was, and Peter is somewhat oblivious to the fact that it all happened. And once he kind of gets inklings that possibly something like that has transpired before, he's less interested in the why, how, who, where, and when, but more interested in how can I use this knowledge to make something out of this situation, right? And still come out on top as the hero that we all know Peter to be. And I left the best part. I'm not spoiling it, but let's just say at the last page, there's something really cool happens, and as all really good comic books have, something really cool happens and gets you baited in for the next issue. So yeah, I had to give it #1. It was a thoroughly well written, and Ed McGuinness on art now. Oh man, he's knocking it out of the park, guys. These are amazing. I hope he can stay on the title for a while. I know the schedule on Amazing Spider-Man's tough. It seems that it comes out every other week or every 3 weeks, but I gotta give this issue to him. Really awesome cover too. That's what I have today, guys. If you did watch this far into the video, much love. Super appreciate you. Hey, help me out. Click the subscribe. On our way to 1,000, hopefully one day. We'll see you guys next time, and have a great day.